Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Zach's MR Review channel. Just gonna do a quick video here because basically I'm bored. Got nothing else to do. So a while back I showed you a quick video of some vintage fire extinguishers I got, and since then I've added a few more items to my vintage fire equipment collection. So I figured I'd just show you quickly, for those of you who aren't in any way interested in this or maybe are in the fire service, just some of the stuff I've recently picked up. So let's do this quick. I don't want to bore you to death. Anyway, so as we come over here, there's some of the fire extinguishers I showed you the first time around. But you can see right here, I got a nice, there's a vintage brass fire nozzle that used to go on, I'm gonna guess, and I don't know this for sure, this is really old, so I don't think this went on to any kind of modern fire hose because there's no gate on it to control it or anything else like that. But the pressure would just be incredible, I would imagine, out of this. But anywho, got a double handle here for people to hold. This is actually wrapped in like a string. You can't really see it that good, I don't think, but then when you come up here, you have a smooth tip, and now this tip, it's out here, actually unscrews, so you could change this tip, so you could change the diameter of the bore on this to get more pressure, more distance, and more gallonage out of what you're putting out. So got that. Got to come up with a better way to display it. We'll come up here to the top as I knock something over. And this is another vintage nozzle, as you can see here. It's a little bit incomplete because there's supposed to be a tip on it up here, similar to the tip on this. That would screw onto the end of this. But this thing weighs a ton. Bring it down here. Oh. So that's that guy there. It doesn't even have a standard thread here. It has like a cam lock system, which I don't know much about because I've never actually seen a mechanism like this used on an American apparatus. So obviously this was American. This came from a company about ballpark 40 miles ish away from where I live. So definitely not foreign, but just old. That's how you can tell it's old. And these have a little bit of tension on them, like that. Then it's made for either one or two people to hold. And we got the bail here. So that's that guy. Then we have this guy here. This is pretty neat. This you don't see anymore. This was used if you had a hose that when it was coupled together, if like that connection was really leaky or something to that nature, you would actually clamp this around that hose where there's a leak. And it opens up. Let's see, I don't even know if this works. I never actually tried it. There's a mechanism here. Let's see if it's hard to do one-handed. There we go. There, it opens up. And it's lined with rubber. And when you closed it up on here, it basically created a gasket around either that coupling. It's not even technically a coupling even. If you had a leak in like the middle of your fire hose or something like that, you could lay your hose in here, close it up, and it would not necessarily stop the leak per se, but as you can tell, it would contain the leak. Make it so you don't lose as much water basically while you're fighting the fire. So I'll slide that over. Then I also picked up this. This is just a coupler. It's 5-inch male to male. Now the threading itself on here, I'm not sure what threading's on here, but this was off a fire apparatus. It was a Ward de la France or an American? It was a La France. Let's see if I can read it on here. American. So in the fire service, they're called ALFs, ALF, American La France. This guy was off in American La France. And I don't see, as I'm looking on here quick, I don't see. Sometimes it'll tell you if it's like national pipe threading or standard threading or various other kinds of threading. This doesn't say, so I'm not sure. So we got that guy. Then we got this. This is more of a novelty. I just thought it was really cool. It falls apart on me off on the side here. It's what I knocked over before. Give me a second here. I'll try to throw it back together if I can. If it wants to cooperate. And going back in time, they used to have fire call boxes. And this is a replica fire call box. And actually, what it is, if we open it up, it's an actual working telephone. So, could call up your friends or anything else like that. Obviously, you mount it on the wall. But yeah, I thought that was just really cool, so I had to pick that up. I don't have a landline telephone in my house, so I can't even like hook it up to use it because it was brand new in the box, so it will work. And this little light on the top here even flashes when it rings. So we get that, and then the coolest thing I picked up, oh, big and heavy, is this fella. Let me see. This is an Msa Chemox. It's upside down, obviously. And that's what she looks like there. Obviously, it's a wooden box. Give you some dimensional ideas. That's what we're looking at dimensionally. This was the original breathing apparatus for the fire service. This was before the modern day air pack with the cylinder on the back, everything else like this. So this is the coolest thing I own so far, and it's awesome. And it's a complete kit. Again, the person in the department I bought the other items off of this came from, so this was on their apparatus up until the 1950s. But this is more of a, if you're familiar with a rebreather like the Navy SEALs wear, or even just scuba divers wear, that's exactly what this system is. So you have an in and an out. Got a mask. You got your lung bag here. I didn't actually even open this. This is a mounting plate. I didn't even pull all this out. One of these days I will. There's the hoses where they the other ends. But what this does is the air would go into this lung sac and then go through these green canisters back here. These are chemical canisters. I forget exactly what's in them. But that would scrub out the carbon dioxide and anything, monoxide, anything else that's bad. It would scrub that out so you would get fresh air into the mask. One of these days here, here's the directions. But one of these days I'll do a much more detailed video on this. I'll take everything out of the case here. Show y'all, here's a really old pair of rubber gloves. Some other items, I'm not even sure what that is, but I never actually used one of these. These weren't in use or even being trained on when I went into the fire service. They're that old. And so I'm gonna have to look up some more information on these. I'm by no means an expert on it, so just gonna give you a quick overview, and before I do a more detailed video on this, I'll look up some information and maybe even like an instruction manual or something, so I could be a little more informative and insightful on it. So there's a quick view of it for right now. And then over here I have that. And I have that. These are along the lines of the old fire extinguishers, except what these are is, as you can pretty much tell by looking at them, they're like a giant syringe, like you would give a shot with, or even like almost like a turkey baster. You would suck up water in these and then squirt it out the bottom onto a fire. And I know for a fact, I want to say it's this one, That used to come on heavy trucks, like early versions of tractor trailers, that type of thing. This pretty sure that was that when I researched it. That was actually on the truck. That was your vehicle fire extinguisher. I thought those were pretty cool. And then just an old, this was actually my personal use one. This is my fire helmet, part of the collection here. This is the helmet I wore throughout a majority of my fire career. Except for when I was a chief officer, I had the same helmet, but it was all white. But when I was not a chief, this was my helmet of choice, my own personal helmet. So, but that's it. So, just wanted to give you guys a quick look at that. So, see, my timer here says just about 11 minutes. So I think that's long enough hearing me talk. I know I'm getting bored of me too. So, with that, I'll go ahead and sign off. So, thank you all for watching. As always, hit that subscribe button down below, like or comment. And feel free to share the video with anyone else who might find this kind of thing interesting. And other than that, we'll see you all next time on an actual ration review. Until then, stay safe. And that's all. So see you later. Bye.